We've seen it before. Vladimir Putin doesn't react well to ultimatums. We saw it again, last night, in the Kremlin. President Putin slammed European powers for talking to Russia, in a boorish manner and with the help of ultimatums. He didn't go into detail. He didn't need to. This was clearly his response to the ultimatum set by European leaders in Kyiv. They had warned Moscow that if Russia didn't agree to an unconditional 30-day ceasefire from Monday, there will be more sanctions against Russia and more military assistance for Ukraine. On Saturday, Sir Keir Starmer said that, if he, Putin, is serious about peace, then he has a chance to show it. The Kremlin's response, "We're serious, but we'll show it our way." Putin's way, his counter-proposal, is direct talks with Ukraine in Istanbul next Thursday. But, crucially, no immediate ceasefire. Starmer asked by BBC if Ukraine's ceasefire talks are just an act of symbolism. So, is the Kremlin's offer a serious peace initiative, or is it simply an attempt by Moscow to play for time and to prolong the war? And, with this proposal, might Russia also be trying to split the Western coalition that is backing Ukraine? Let's begin with a short, but key question. Does Vladimir Putin want peace? He claims he does, but peace only on Russia's terms. Moscow suspects it has little to gain from a 30-day unconditional ceasefire, especially since the Russians believe they currently have the initiative on the battlefield in Ukraine. Volodymyr Zelensky hosted world leaders in Kyiv on the 10th of May, including UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer and French President Emmanuel Macron. But neither does Russia want to be seen as an obstacle to peace. It's keen to maintain a good relationship with the Donald Trump administration, with which the Kremlin has been working hard on improving ties. If a US-Russia rapprochement continues, the Kremlin will be hoping for speedy sanctions relief and an economic boost. By proposing direct talks in Istanbul, President Putin is sending a signal to the White House: "I am a man of peace." Why Zelensky can't and won't give up Crimea? All smiles in the Kremlin as Putin sits down with Trump's dealmaker. What's Putin trying to achieve by calling a 3-day ceasefire? But by not committing to an immediate 30-day ceasefire, the likelihood is Russia will continue the war, and push on to seize and occupy more Ukrainian territory. The Kremlin leader's vague reference to, not excluding, that the Istanbul talks might lead to new ceasefires, will be greeted with deep skepticism by Kyiv. And when we're talking about war and peace, keep in mind that it was President Putin who ordered the full-scale Russian invasion of Ukraine in 2022. This was his decision, one widely seen as an attempt to force Ukraine back into Moscow's orbit. He didn't call it a war, though. He portrayed Russia's actions as a special military operation. Last night, though, Putin declared, "There is ongoing fighting, war. But we're offering to resume talks that were interrupted, and not by